Hello everyone, my name is Dan Chernagel and I'm proud to serve as your Superintendent of Schools. On behalf of the graduating class of 2020, the faculty and staff of Sturgeon Bay High School, and our Board of Education, I'm happy to welcome you and thank you all for watching. Normally, of course, we'd be sitting here together in a packed gymnasium as I give this welcome, so just relax and close your eyes for a moment to set the stage. Listen to my voice. Picture getting a school messenger phone call early on a cold winter morning announcing a snow day or 2-hour delay. Oh, wait a minute. Sorry, wrong set of memories. Let's just cut the tension there a little bit and reset, although people remind me regularly that hearing my voice makes them think of those winter mornings. Now let's try this again in all seriousness. Picture our gym bleachers full of friends and family members, our choir and band set up at the back of the gym on the floor, a stage up front here where I am right now, Facebook Live streaming off to my right for those who can't be here in person. And most importantly, in the sea of red and white, our graduates in caps and gowns seated right here in front of me, as at least a couple are right now, assembled as a group for the final time in their Sturgeon Bay Schools experience. While many things, of course, have changed in recent days, weeks, and months, one of the many things that remains unchanged is our desire to honor you, our graduates, as well as the important family members and friends and staff who have supported you throughout your journey. In each of the past 15 years, when I've had the opportunity to speak at a high school graduation, I've shared some sort of motivational story or message. This year, though, there's only one piece that has felt right, and that is a letter. Some of you have probably come across this letter on social media the last couple of months, but I don't think you can hear it too many times, and I'm guessing some others may not have come across it yet. The writer of the letter I'm about to read is Chris Deere. He's a high school teacher and Louisiana Teacher of the Year 2020. He missed the end of his own senior year of high school when Hurricane Katrina devastated his community. The letter is what he had to say to seniors back in the middle of March. I should also note that this letter was originally published on Mercedes Schneider's blog and has been circulated in a wide variety of ways since. Former English teacher, I have to cite my source, right? Dear high school senior, on Friday afternoon, a few seniors came into my classroom after the last bell rang. They were concerned about prom and their senior trip. It broke my teacher heart to listen. As you're reading this, you're most likely having similar concerns. This is supposed to be your year. The year for your senior prom, sporting events, cheer competitions, senior trips, clubs, and the rest of what senior year has to offer. You were supposed to be captain of that team, the officer of that club, or that student who wanted to be with their friends one last year before venturing into the unknown. This was the year that your entire schooling was building up to, but it was robbed from you because of this global pandemic. Let's be abundantly clear. You were robbed, and it's unfair. If you're upset, you should embrace those feelings. Commiserate with one another. Some folks will downplay the situation because they don't know what it feels like to have their senior year stripped at the last moment. I, for one, our writer says, will not downplay, as it happened to me. Hurricane Katrina devastated my community when I was a high school senior. I remember leaving my school on a Friday afternoon with my buddies only to never return to that school. I was supposed to be captain of my soccer team, go to prom with my longtime crush, and finish the year with my lifelong friends. But it was all canceled. Instead, I stayed in a shelter and finished my high school in a different state. It was tough. I had to find solace, he writes, in places I never envisioned. It was hard, but we made it through. And I'm reliving that pain as I think of your disruption in your senior year. Most of us do not need to experience Katrina to know that it is tough on you. Those of us who work in schools do so because we care above all else. That caring does not stop once you leave these school walls. In situations like this, we worry more about you. There's a lot of uncertainty, but rest assured, districts across the nation are working in creative ways, from potentially abbreviated school years to organized social events when this subsides, to make the situation the best they possibly can for you. Some educators are working endlessly to transfer to virtual learning and accompany those without the internet. Administrators are working to get meals together for those who need them. We're all in crisis mode, but know that we are all doing everything we can to help you during this tumultuous time. You are not forgotten. We are thinking about you. We are here for you. We care. The writer continues. There's nothing I or anyone can say to make up for that time you're losing in what is supposed to be one of the best years of your life. But I can offer some encouragement. Right now, you have the power to make the most of this unfortunate situation. If a decade of teaching has taught me anything, he writes, it's that people your age are resilient and innovative. Your generation can navigate multiple worlds and bounce between physical and digital spaces with ease. You are part of the most racially and ethnically diverse generation, and you embrace those differences in ways adults seem to struggle. You courageously put yourselves out there for the world to see and criticize. You push boundaries and challenge norms. You find ingenious ways to compensate for any gaps you have accrued without the help of educators, whether it's through Khan Academy or a sibling. It's a small wonder why post-millennials are on track to become the most well-educated generation yet. I can also offer some advice, he continues. Help one another and your family. They need you. Do your grandparents or your elderly neighbors need groceries? Offer support. Some teachers may even need your help as many try to transition to online learning. We need you. Utilize your tech-savvy ways to bring yourselves closer together. Practice social distancing or physical distancing, but stay as social as ever. FaceTime, text, Suite, Snapchat, make TikTok videos. I don't know if that's still a thing, he writes, so don't laugh if I'm already out of date. Use those platforms to connect and uplift. Binge Netflix and Disney Plus, make memes, exercise, read books, maybe even those boring ones your English teachers were stoked for you to read. Or just read manga. Read something. Reach out to those friends who know, or you know, don't have internet access. Call and check on them. Listen to podcasts. Make a podcast. Start a hobby. Journal for posterity. You are living through history. Your bold reaction to this is going to make history. Lastly, he writes, I can offer some support. You may not know me, but I feel your pain. It stings. We as educators mourn with you. Again, you are not forgotten. We see your hard work. We value your unique perspectives. We hear your audacious voices. We cherish all of it, and we will continue to do so, even from afar. I am sad for you, truly I am. I feel deeply for you, truly I do. It makes my heart hurt as I write. But if there's any group that can plow through this in creative ways, it is your group. There's no pandemic strong enough to silence you or dent the passion of your generation. Keep your head up and keep fighting. Our country needs you because you provide hope for our future. This year may not be what you envisioned, but I'm eager to see what you do with it. After all, it is still very much your year. Stay healthy, Chris Deere, a high school teacher. Almost made it mostly through that, didn't I? Sturgeon Bay High School, class of 2020. One of the best things about my years as a high school assistant principal and then principal and now superintendent is sitting in front of seniors and watching their faces during graduation. And better yet, shaking each of their hands after they walk the stage to get that diploma. And of course, wishing them congratulations and best wishes. Obviously, that's not happening as we like this year, and I will miss that very much, as I know many of you will. But the sentiment remains, and the offer stands as you see me in the days, weeks, and months ahead. Feel free to stop me, and I'll gladly wish you the congratulations you deserve, face to face. Seniors, we're very proud of you and confident you will accomplish many great things. Congratulations on your graduation, and good luck to each and every one of you.
Greetings, everyone. I would like to thank you all for tuning into this ceremony, as this is an incredibly important milestone in my life and the lives of my fellow classmates. The efforts of the Sturgeon Bay School District to make this event possible are outstanding, and I cannot be more thankful that our scholarly accomplishments get to be recognized on such a special stage. Aside from the present, I am forever thankful for the people who have helped me get to this stage, because I am nothing without them. Teachers, parents, classmates, and coaches, they have all taught me the concept of family. I am most thankful for my family. Whether it be my immediate family at home, my Clipper soccer family on the field, or my SBHS family through every high school endeavor, thank you for positively impacting me throughout these last 4 years. In any significant journey, we all have had that one person who stands out among the others who we can attribute our success to. I have had the pleasure of being a part of many significant journeys, championships, and other experiences that have resulted in miles of personal growth. If you sat next to me as a middle schooler watching the Clippers play soccer and asked me, where do you think you're going to be on that field in 4 years? I probably would have told you, right next to Coach Moss on the sideline. The success of the soccer program always seemed larger than life to me, especially when they won their first state championship in 2015. Did I ever think as a freshman in high school that I would be one of the captains of a state championship team? No. I just wanted to be one of the guys having fun with the sport. I didn't think that I would have a huge role in anything significant like that until that one person convinced me that I could be one of the instrumental pieces to something big. That person has been pushing me to be my best ever since we started kicking a soccer ball together. His name is Owen Stevenson. People like Owen have proven to me that with hard work and determination, you can achieve anything. And I want to impart these same words onto you, the class of 2020. I want each and every one of you to think of your Owen. Find that person who stands out among the others, who you can thank for where you are today. As we move forward, we ought to look inward at ourselves. We made it this far in our lives, but how did we get here? Your own motivation can often come from within, which is a great quality to have, but sometimes it takes an external factor to truly find belief in yourself. I found that extra push in the form of one of my coaches, Jeff Schaefer. He is one of those people who knows how to bring out the best in anyone, whether it be through one of his many sayings or telling you quite directly how something needs to be done. Schaefer saw something in me, and he believed in me. When you have somebody that believes in you the way you want to believe in yourself, you are motivated, that much more. Any wavering confidence you have turns into a direct force that can carry you anywhere to do anything. This form of tough love I shared with my coach has transformed me, not as just an athlete, but as a man ready to take the next step in life. So find that one person who believes in you when you don't always believe in yourself. That sense of security they bring is the biggest difference maker in life. As obviously stated before, athletics are a huge part of who I am, but what good are high school sports without the school behind it? My time as a Sturgeon Bay Clipper has been nothing but noteworthy, and I will have memories to take with me forever. Belonging to the class of 2020 has been an absolute treat, and each of you are a prime example of what we want to represent as a class. When I look at our class, I see strength, I see determination, and I see willingness to do what is right. The fact that over 10% of our class achieved a 4.0 grade point average and above is an incredible attribute to all of the hard work you put into your daily lives. This statistic is only one defining factor, but in addition to these astonishing results comes the habits you have formed while obtaining these high honors. I am confident that you will go on to do great things as you find your future roles in society. One last piece of advice that I find very helpful at this stage in life comes from my pastor, Reader Herrick, and that is, if you aren't uncomfortable, you aren't growing. Pushing your comfort zone will only cause you to grow as a person, and no matter how weird it may feel in the moment, sometimes it's best to put yourself out there, introduce yourself, and possibly make new connections. I'm incredibly thankful that I followed this advice. Because of it, I have made so many new friendships and connections that I wouldn't trade for the world. So many great things can stem from a simple conversation starter, and that can change your life. So, in these uncertain times, recognize that life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it. We are in a time that nobody could have fathomed we'd be in, but we have to take it for what it's worth. I'm grateful for the times I've spent with everyone in Sturgeon Bay High School and firmly believe that the class of 2020 will go forth and do great things in the world. Remember that high school is just the beginning of our life's journey. As a reminder for when there's nothing to believe in, I leave you with some parting words by the Eagles, an iconic band of yesteryear. Take it to the limit one more time. Find that one thing that's going to encourage you to be your best, no matter the circumstances. It could be your Owen, your Schaefer, or the little voice inside your head. No matter the motivation, just know, go out into the world with your head held high. Do your job and do it well. Thank you.
Good afternoon. First of all, I'd like to say some thank yous. Thank you to all those who helped make the recordings and the graduation ceremony possible. Thank you to our administrators for all they have done. Thank you to our teachers who helped us get to where we are today. Thank you to our parents and families for guiding us through our life and helping us grow. Thank you to our community for your constant support. Finally, thank you to my friends and my classmates for these amazing past 4 years. Class of 2020, we are in an unprecedented time. For the past couple of months, many of us have likely felt anxious, frustrated, or trapped. We have all lost things, whether it be a sports season, prom, or time with friends, teachers, or our school. We lost the end of our senior year. It was hard. It still is. But we have persevered. It's what we do as humans, as people, as Clippers. We move forward. We stand strong. I believe that whatever will happen in this uncertain future can be overcome, especially by this class. We are a unique class with many incredible traits and talents. For years, I have watched as we have all grown. I've seen our competitive spirit. We don't back down from a challenge. I've seen our ambition and passion during times like homecoming when we won the Spirit Stick. I've seen our intelligence and creativity in classes. I've seen our determination and strength during times like the state soccer tournament. I've seen light in the eyes of this class, light that shines bright, ready to face the future. Persevering through this time in our lives will only serve to make these traits stronger. But nothing can be done alone. We all need people to support us. Throughout our lives thus far, we have all met people who have made huge impacts on us, whether they be friends, family, teachers, coaches, or mentors. These people have been there to support us, even in this tough time. A prime example for many of us is Mrs. Kiekefer. She's been there since the beginning, always smiling and ready to help anyone in need. She's been a positive role model for me for years, even when I haven't had her as a teacher. Influential people like Mrs. K have helped shape who we are. It is important to recognize the effect these relationships have had on us. Forming impactful and meaningful relationships is part of what causes us to grow as people. I know this very well. As some of you know, I struggle with anxiety. If I had to give a speech back before freshman year, it would have been utterly impossible. Now, 4 years later, I can do something like this. I've grown as a person. I've grown through the influence of my relationships. I can work to overcome my anxiety because of the support of my class and community. So I say to you, don't forget what you've learned from these relationships. Take your experiences and form strong relationships so you can influence others and support them through hardships. Sturgeon Bay High School is not just a building, classes, or a means to an end. It's a place where relationships are built and bonds are formed. It is these bonds that unite us. I discovered this truth in many places, even through the athletic training aid program. I found my home away from home in my ATA family. Over the years, I felt a general sense of ease and togetherness while I walked through these halls. It's really hard to completely describe. It was like the bonds that made our little community were tangible. I always felt a sense of comfort and unity while I was around my class. Brad Henry, former governor of Oklahoma, once said that families are the compass that guides us. They are the inspiration to reach great heights and our comfort when we occasionally falter. He was right. The class of 2020 is a family. We encourage each other to strive to be the best people we can be, not just now, but also for the future. I couldn't have asked for a better time in high school. Naturally, there were ups and downs, but that's what made it good. That's what made it real. We go through the good times together and the bad times together. We move forward together. Class of 2020, no matter where you end up in the future, this community is our home. These people are your family. Remember that. I know I will. Thank you.
Before I share my personal comments to the graduates, I would like to share a few words of appreciation. Although this year's commencement ceremony is much different from what we normally experience, there are many individuals who have contributed to making this a memorable event for our graduates. The list of those to thank is incredibly long, and I would no doubt omit someone. Instead, I offer my deepest appreciation to the members of our entire community and beyond for the various ways in which the class of 2020 and all our students have been supported. Throughout these unprecedented times, our community has repeatedly shown its dedication, care, and concern for our school district. We are grateful for what you have done and continue to do for us. While the end of the school year signifies the beginning of the next chapter in the life of a graduate, the end of the school year also means that we say goodbye to our retirees who have dedicated their lives to working with our young people. The list of retirees for the 2019-20 school year includes the following. From Sunrise School, Sharon Sullivan. From the high school, Patty McKinnon, Sigrid Piat, and Margaret Rose. And from the district office, Jerry Banks and Sharon Sanderson. We wish you all the very best in the next chapter of your lives. Graduates, before I send you on your way, please allow me one last opportunity to share some thoughts with you. The inspiration for my comments to a graduating class comes from many different sources, including quotes, shared experiences, the personality of the class, or events that have occurred during our years together at SBHS. My inspiration for today's comments came to me while my wife and I were biking in Potawatomi Park on Sunday, April 26th. We had just rolled down Tower Hill. Since it was early in my biking season, I was thankful we were biking down instead of up Tower Hill. As I reached the bottom of the hill, two words immediately popped into my head: flexibility and tenacity. As a casual biker, flexibility and tenacity are two important attributes in enjoying a bike ride. Physical flexibility is needed to navigate the various terrains upon which the ride takes place. Tenacity is the key component when a biker arrives at the bottom of a big hill and needs to dig deep in order to reach the top. My biking analogy is certainly applicable to the way in which this school year ended. On March 18th, we began a new way of doing school. The fact that you are receiving your diploma during this incredibly stressful time in our world demonstrates your flexibility and tenacity. You embraced what needed to be done, were flexible as plans continually changed, worked tenaciously to meet all necessary requirements, and are now graduating from Sturgeon Bay High School. As I said in my message to all of you in early May, you will emerge from this pandemic as stronger people. Navigating a pandemic results in learning new skills and developing deeper resolve. There will be new ways of operating in our society similar to changes that took place after 9/11. You will have a new appreciation for the role technology plays in your life, as you have seen devices and gadgets used for much more than games and social media. You will more deeply value the ability to interact with others without having to mask or socially distance. To conclude my biking analogy, COVID-19 is your Tower Hill, and you have biked to the top. Congratulations. For me, this year has been a particular source of personal pride in our student body and staff. It would have been easy to sit down and be completely overwhelmed by the magnitude of this pandemic. There were many days our students and staff struggled to keep pushing forward. Despite the emotional drain, we are now approaching completion of another school year and celebrating another class of graduates. I am humbled at the privilege of serving this school district as the high school principal and so incredibly proud of what we have accomplished together this year. Graduates, whether you were new to Sturgeon Bay this year or completed all 4 years with us, it has been an honor to be part of your life and your educational program. On behalf of the faculty and staff of Sturgeon Bay High School, I would like to offer you our best wishes for a future of happiness and success. Thank you.